The clifftop gardens of Estate Velfara stretched across the northern ridge of Proxima Centauri's most exclusive settlement. Purple leaf trees swayed in the artificial breeze, their bioluminescent flowers casting soft glows across manicured pathways. It was here that the wealthy of a dozen species gathered. Enjoying the carefully controlled paradise that money could buy, Hazel adjusted her maintenance kit. Watching her German shepherd, Leo, sniff along the garden's edge. She wasn't supposed to bring him on service calls, but the estate's environmental systems needed urgent calibration, and Leo had separation anxiety. The Velkari family, one of the wealthiest in the sector, had agreed, provided the primitive earth creature stayed out of sight. "Come on, boy," Hazel whispered, guiding Leo toward the climate control station, hidden behind an ornamental rock formation. "Let's finish this and get home." Leo's ears suddenly perked up. A low growl rumbled in his chest. "Shh," Hazel cautioned, but Leo's attention was fixed on something beyond the gardens. Through the holographic privacy screens, voices rose in argument. Hazel knew she should ignore it. Rich alien family drama wasn't her business. But Leo was pulling at his leash now, whining with an urgency she'd learned never to dismiss. During the colony's earthquake last year, he detected structural failures 3 hours before the sensors had. She followed him to the edge of the privacy field, beyond the shimmering barrier. Matriarch Silvera Velkari stood at the cliff's edge, her crystalline exoskeleton catching the double sunset. Her son, Kethrin, infamous throughout the sector for his debts, vices, and explosive temper, loomed over her. "You said enough, Mother," Kethrin hissed in galactic common, his tone dripping with venom. "I'm tired of your threats to disinherit me. I'm tired of your judgment." "Then perhaps you should have made better choices," Silvera replied, her voice steady despite her precarious position. "I will not enable your self-destruction any further." Hazel's breath caught. She should call security. But her communicator was in her kit, 20 meters away, and Kethrin was moving closer to his mother. "Everything I've built will be mine?" Kethrin snarled. "With or without your blessing," he shoved. Silvera's scream pierced the air as she tumbled backward over the cliff. The drop was 200 meters onto jagged rocks below even for a Velkari's reinforced biology. Leo exploded forward before Hazel could react, his 85-pound frame hitting the privacy barrier and passing through. The field was designed to stop scanning equipment, not living creatures. What happened next occurred in seconds, but would replay in Hazel's mind for years. Leo launched himself at Kethrin with the force of a missile. The Velkari heir, focused on watching his mother fall, never saw the attack coming. Leo's jaws clamped onto Kethrin's lower manipulator arm, his weight and momentum carrying the alien away from the cliff edge. They crashed together onto the decorative stone pathway. Hazel sprinted forward, her heart hammering. She reached the cliff's edge and looked down, expecting to see Silvera's broken form below. Instead, the matriarch hung suspended 3 meters down. Her crystalline fingers dug into a maintenance ledge that Hazel had personally installed last month. The woman was strong, but her grip was slipping. "Hold on," Hazel shouted. She yanked her emergency rappelling cable from her belt. Standard equipment for anyone working at Hyde Sand secured it to a reinforcement post. Without hesitation, she went over the edge. Behind her, Leo kept Kethrin pinned, growling ferociously. The air was shrieking, but Leo's training held. He'd been taught to detain, not to kill, and despite his fury at the threat he'd sensed, he maintained control. Hazel reached Silvera just as the matriarch's fingers began to slip. "Grab my harness." Silvera's eyes triple-pupilled and ancient fixed on Hazel with desperate hope. She released one hand and seized the human's equipment harness. Hazel grunted under the sudden weight, but held firm. Activating the cable's auto winch, they ascended slowly, Hazel's muscles screaming, until other hands reached down to pull them up. A state security had finally arrived, summoned by automated alerts triggered by Leo's aggressive behavior. On solid ground, Silvera collapsed, gasping. Hazel rolled onto her back, exhausted. Leo bounded over, licking her face, his tail wagging despite the security officers surrounding them with weapons drawn. "Stand down," Silvera commanded, her voice hoarse but authoritative. That creature and this human just saved my life. She pointed a shaking manipulator at Catherine, who was being restrained by security. My son attempted to murder me. They stopped him. The earth animal detected his intentions before I did. The investigation that followed was swift. Security footage confirmed everything. Catherine was arrested, his inheritance dissolved, his name struck from every family record according to Valkyrie law. 3 days later, Hazel sat in the matriarch's private office, Leo at her feet. Your species is remarkable, Silvera said, pouring a shimmering beverage into crystal cups. Not for your technology or your strength, but for your bonds. That animal risked itself to save a complete stranger of another species because he sensed your concern. That level of loyalty, of intuitive protection, we've built empires, but we've engineered such instincts out of ourselves. She slid a data chip across the desk. Your payment, with a bonus. But I'm also offering you the position of Chief Environmental Engineer for all Valkyrie estates. And Leo ... She looked down at the dog with something like wonder. ... He is welcome anywhere I call home. Hazel scratched Leo's ears, and he groaned contentedly. We're a package deal, Hazel said with a smile. I wouldn't have it any other way, Silvera replied. Humanity has taught the galaxy many things. Today, a simple Earth dog reminded us of the most important lesson, that sometimes the most advanced technology in the universe can't match the instincts of a loyal heart. Leo's toe thumped against the floor, and for once, Hazel didn't argue about bringing him to work.